Fiona frowned. "That's a sorry bargain for me," she said. "Yet I know the rules. If a test is to be made, then a forfeit must be paid by the loser. I haven't lied. So when I prove I'm truthful, I demand a wish as your forfeit." The king's eyes turned shrewd. "Agreed," he said slyly. "I'll give you a wish for exactly the value of the luck you have if my tests prove me wrong." Fiona knew she was being cheated. A woman with wit, though, can turn even a leprechaun's cleverness against himself. She glanced at the chest and then, barely keeping a smile from her lips, nodded. So the agreement was made. At the king's gesture, one of the magicians brought out a low table and placed upon it 3 beautiful shells. Under one, he had hid a small gold coin. Then he whisked the shells around and over and under in a blur no human eye could follow. "Now," the king said, "where's the gold?" There was 1 chance in 3 of her picking correctly, and a person with good luck would find the gold coin every time. Even a person with a little luck would find the gold occasionally. But though they played the game over and over again, Fiona could never locate the coin. It was as if she had no luck at all. "Another test," the king ordered. A leprechaun harp was brought forth. Now, leprechaun instruments make music by the luck of the player. A person with good luck would be able to play something just by stroking the strings. Even a person with just a hint of luck could probably figure out a simple melody. But in Fiona's hands, the strings went out of tune, and no matter how she stroked and plucked, nothing but ear-bending noise resulted. The king shuddered and frowned. Could he have been mistaken? Perhaps the last test would prove him right. "Bring out the chess set," he demanded. He and Fiona faced each other across the board. The king made his opening move. No one could hope to beat the leprechaun king, for he was steeped in luck. But a person with good luck could last a while against him. Even a person with just a bit of luck had hopes of making a few good moves. Despite the king trying his hardest to lose, Fiona was beaten soundly within 2 minutes. The king eyed her in amazement. "You have no luck at all," he declared. "But what about the milk and the eggs and the potatoes?" Fiona sighed. "If I fill my milk bucket with whitewash, or my egg basket with pine cones, or my wheelbarrow with dirty rocks, surely that's my own business. I told you I had no luck, and I didn't lie. Now, I'll take my wish and be on my way." The king nodded slowly. "Indeed, I did promise you a wish, but for exactly the value of the luck you actually had. You've proven to me that you have no luck at all. So that's all you can wish for. Nothing." He smiled at his cleverness. He smiled at the cleverness of his reasoning, all within the limits of leprechaun law. Then he smiled, then his smile wavered, for Fiona was smiling too. "So I can wish for nothing?" she asked. He nodded, puzzled. "Then I wish for a hole," Fiona continued. "A hole is nothing after all. That's exactly the value of my wish. I wish for a hole that will never go away, and I wish it to be in the lid of that chest." She pointed to the chest of luck by the king's throne. The power of a wish, rightfully earned, is not to be denied. A hole appeared in the chest, and the luck began escaping immediately. The king howled with rage, but what could he do? He made a bargain and was forced to keep it. With an angry wave of his hand, Fiona was whirled away. When she opened her eyes, she was back in the meadow, the sun just rising over the hills. If there was an extra sparkle to the sunshine and the grass glowed greener than before, well, it was only to be expected. And that is why, from that day to this, you'll always find some luck roaming free around Ireland, for the hole is still in the chest of the king, and the king must keep his promise. But as for Fiona, well, as she herself said, luck's all well and good, but myself, I'd rather depend on my wits.